Yeah, rolling.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the Muslims and welcome to the non-Muslims that are watching. I don't know if you can pick me up. Is it picking up? Can you hear me? Clear?
Yeah.
Should we move away from the man or? Yeah? Okay, cool. If you speak, can the camera pick you up?
This mic will pick me up on this camera.
Okay, cool. So as I said again, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the Muslims and hi and welcome to the non-Muslims that are watching. Basically, I came across the Sarah's video about the threat and I just wanted to comment on it. You know, in theory, everyone should be able to come to this park and say whatever they want to say because this is Speakers of Corner and there's freedom of speech. And I agree with that, yeah. So the whole thing is in this park, people should be able to talk about any subject and nothing should happen to them. That's in a theory, the principle. But the reality of this situation is that you can't come to this park here and criticize someone's mother and know how everyone's going to react. For example, if you come to this park and you talk about someone's mother, most people, I'd say the vast majority of people that come to this park, because of their mindset, they will just brush it off and ignore you and stay away from you in the park. But then there might be other people that act violent towards you. Also, in theory, anyone can come to this park and say whatever they want. So in theory, a BNP or EDL person, yeah, or a KKK member can come to this park and you can come every week and say nigger, 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 yeah? Now, I've heard some people say that you can't say nigger because it's illegal, because, I don't know, it's illegal. But I don't think that's 100% true because there's certain rap songs with the word nigger in it and white people are allowed to sing them because they're for popular consumption. But not only that, someone can come down here who believes, like Darwin, that the black person is the missing link between monkeys and humans. Darwin actually believed this. Yeah, and also there was a book called The Bell Curve that said a lot of PhDs from some of the greatest universities in America, they wrote a book called The Bell Curve, and they tried to prove that white people are mentally more intelligent, yeah, than black people by science. It's a well-known book called The Bell Curve. Check it up on Google, and it's been sold in bookshops and so forth. Now I'm saying, in theory, an EDL person or NF person, yeah, can come down here and say nigger, 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 or black people are scum, or you used to be slaves, and laugh at you. But the whole thing is we all have something called common sense. I've been coming to this park for 10 years, and a lot of other people have been coming here for a long time. There's many people that ain't Muslims, yeah, dislike Islam with a passion, yeah, and they come here week in, week out, and they speak against Islam without any mercy. Ty is one of them. He comes and he speaks against Islam. He doesn't like Islam at all, and he says whatever's fully on his mind, and he goes into Islam. Big bro, he doesn't believe in Islam either. He will say straightly what he believes, and he will not quaver and just tell you what he believes about Islam. Gary as well. Every week he comes with his pad, you know, and says, look at this hadith. I don't like, do you believe in this? Do you believe this? Like, basically trying to get Muslims to denounce their religion because they won't say, look, this doesn't make sense and that doesn't make sense. Like, I could go on and on. There's many individuals that disagree with Islam, come to the park every week, yeah, criticize Islam deeply. Like Joseph Smith, every other week, Jay Smith yeah, who was coming there for like 20 years. He would bring an ex-Muslim, you know, and say, why have you left Islam? Say how bad Islam is. And this person would say, oh, I left Islam because of A, B, C, and D. And
Are they challenging Islam? Are they challenging Islam, or are they just hating on Islam? Because over there, there's Muslims who come in week in and week out, and they challenge Christians all the time. Is it a case they challenge them? Is it not challenge? This is what the whole park is for, is to challenge people's ideas.
can I answer?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. There's people that come and criticize. Like, there's people trying to make a myth that we say that you can't criticize our religion in this park. But every week, people are coming and criticizing our religion. When you have a debate, when we have debates with Christians or Jews or atheists, which this park is for, people, they are criticizing Islam and Muslims are criticizing their beliefs. So that's what this park is for. And no one has a problem with it. Gary's been coming here, like he said, for 4 years. Ty's been coming here for how many years? Big Bro's been coming here for so many. Kalam's been coming here for so many years. All of them don't believe in Islam, and they're against believing in it. So the question is that how come none of these guys have got real death threats in that someone rich to really hurt them or do something? And I believe you've seen my relationship with Sarah, yeah? And I did it so much that I bored people. When Sarah approached me and Muhammad and this, that and the other and so forth, and he come with a bunch of people, the way he approached us, hoodie, gloves on, is like he went to fight. I didn't hit him. The reason why I didn't hit him is because my religion tells me to be patient and have thinking. I'm allowed to defend myself as a Muslim, and even in that position, I could have hit him because he was approaching me, and I would be in the confines of my religion. But that's not the type of person I am. But my religion does allow me to defend myself, yeah? I believe, this is what I believe. The reason why I believe that this thing happened to Sarah, and I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, and I could be wrong. A few weeks ago, Sarah said on Titans TV, he said to Abdul Hamid, wherever he is, he's around there somewhere. He said on Titans TV to Abdul Hamid, the brothers are coming down, and I want to see you. And he repeated it. He said to him, the brothers are coming down, yeah, and I'm gonna see you at the park. So basically he threatened a brother, and I believe that people believed he was serious. And so the whole thing is that when you make threats against people, yeah, then obviously people take them seriously. And also you've got to understand as well, yeah, look, I've been in the park, like I said, for 10 years. I haven't had one fight in this park. There's only been one incident, and that was when someone pulled out a knife. And he wasn't a Muslim, and he tried to attack Muslims and non-Muslims, and we tried to get the knife off him. Apart from that, I've never ever had a fight in this park. Now the thing is, the only time when a bunch of people have come up to me and surrounded me like they're gonna rush me was with Sarah. He came with a hoodie, with gloves, you see what I'm saying? And he came with a bunch of people. And and people may say, where is it? I was exaggerating about 10 men. But I've got to clear this up. Sarah was there. He was with 2 guys that never came to the park before. Yeah? He was with
I was there.
Ian was there. Also, Content Over Everything was there, and we didn't know them. Like, I think this was the second week they were in the park, but they had cameras. But we didn't. But they came with cameras. Joe Blacks was there. Kamal was there. Gabs was there. So there was about 10 men there, and we didn't know them. So the whole thing is when they approached us, that situation in the park has never happened. Christians never did that. Jews never did that. Atheists never did that. I never had a gang of Christians approaching me, a gang of Jews approaching me, a gang of atheists approaching me. So the whole thing is you have to understand. Also, these videos are not just in the park. They go outside the park. And what you got to understand is that Muslims love their religion, yeah? So the whole thing is this. Imagine you're a young Muslim boy and someone sends you a clip, yeah? Or Speaker's Corner. There's practicing brothers there with beards and phobes who look like they're doing dawah. And a bunch of guys, one in hoodie, gloves, another one in a trench coat and stuff, and a bunch of other black guys surround two brothers. You as a young brother or a roadman, because you don't understand, so many people are becoming Muslim. Like so many people, young people. See, in this country, most people are Christian. You go to church when you're small because you live in a Jamaican or African family, yeah, in my day, yeah? And basically you go to church because you don't want to get in trouble for your mum. So you either go to church or you get a slipper or you get a belt. That's why I went to church. And when you get to the age when you don't have to go to church no more, you stop. Now in these days, parents don't really hit their kids or nothing. But kids go to church because they have to, because they live in their parents' house. After kids reach teenage years and they don't have to go to church no more, they don't have to go to church no more. They leave the Christianity or they leave the church and they never go back. They go back into smoking, weed, raving and so forth. But you have young guys, yeah? You have young guys, yeah? From, I'd say, the early teens to the early 20s, all up to old age, yeah? They're becoming Muslim. A lot of them are just accepting Islam. And what little they know about them, they love it, yeah? So what happened? They're seeing these practicing brothers in the park, a whole bunch of guys surrounding them like they're going to rush them, and they're freaking rare. These brothers are going to the park, they're talking about Islam, and these roadmen think they can move to the brothers. So then they start saying, and that's the first image they see of Sarah. So obviously, they're going to start thinking that Sarah thinks he's a bad man, and they love the brothers and want to protect them. But my whole point is this. Why is it? Is it too loud? Yeah.
Jesus, stop using it. Stop. You know why the government hates me? You tell me what you want.
The answer for you is
I feel like I'm speaking, but it's not picking up, but I know your sound's good. Just make sure you have a good shot.
Yeah, good to go still.
Yeah, so basically, as I was saying, look, me myself, I know when I'm speaking to different people, I know when I'm pushing their buttons, I know when I'm agitating them, yeah? And me, as a person who comes from the roads and so forth, yeah? I will not say to people online, yeah, or anyone online, yeah, like, the Muslims are coming for you, or my people are coming for you, yeah, I want to see you in the park, I'm going to do that. Do you know why? Because I don't underestimate anyone. You know what I'm saying? I don't underestimate that it won't happen. So the whole thing is that this is what I genuinely believe. I believe when he went on Titans TV, and I believe when he said that thing to Abdul Hamid, he said that the brothers are coming down, yeah? Because any Muslim or non-Muslim will tell you the week after he said that, this place was packed, yeah? When he said that, people believed what he said, and they believed that people were going to come down with things and knives and rush us. You know what I'm saying? That's what people believed. And also, like I said, he doesn't have, you know, and also that footage of him approaching us, you know, with bare man, and there was only two of us and this, that, and the other, and we're not scared that we can defend ourselves and so forth. That's what people know about Sarah. So at the end of the day, look, guys.
Are we good? We're good, man.
You sure, yeah?
Yeah, decent.
Do you want to just go over there? Because these guys ain't going nowhere.
I'll be filming them if I weren't filming you right now. It should be good air, you know. She's still got the shade, haven't you?
Yeah?
Good air, man.
And yeah, I don't want no one to misconstrue my words, because I know these jokers in the comments, and the jokers in the comments, yeah? Let me be patient, let me just be patient. Now cut this out. Forget that. Okay, so basically, don't no one twist my words, yeah? I don't try, it's easy because I've got a beard, and I've got my hat, I've got my Muslim clothes, and so forth, to try and make me look like an ignorant, violent, you know, extremist, fundamentalist guy. But the reality of the situation, look, if I was really someone, yeah, who was, you know, how can I say, love like violence and hurting people and stuff, when Sarah came to approach me and that so forth, I would have hit him. The reason why I didn't hit him is because, like, first of all, at the end of the day, this park is much bigger than me. It's much bigger than Sarah. You know, this is a place, I truly believe that Islam is the truth. And I truly believe that if we have discussions and so forth, like, I'm not here to get shahadas. Like, I believe Islam is a blessing to me. If a famous person becomes Muslim, I believe it's a blessing for them. So all I want to be able to do is just to convey my message to different people. If they become Muslim, it's a blessing for them. I'm not on a shahada number hunt. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's a blessing for them. And at the end of the day, the reality of the situation is that if a fight happens, especially with a Muslim, even if the Muslim didn't start it, the Muslim's going to get in more trouble. And it's not just going to be a fight, it's going to be a terrorism fight or terrorism uppercut or a terrorism kick. It's not just going to... When a Muslim has a fight, whether the non-Muslim will hit him first, and I know that if the dawah in the park gets cut off because of me, yeah, I would be disappointed, you know? So even when man's approaching me, even when man's in my face and there's a whole man surrounding me, even then, I kept...
Are we good?
You can record it if you want.
We're good, man. We're good, man. Keep this thing running. Keep this thing running.
It's not good, I'm telling
Nah,
you.
but I know that, because the mic's so
Yeah?
close to you, I know it'll pick up, man. You'll hear them, but you won't hear them enough, innit?
Even that don't make sense. Like, I don't...
Nah, man, they got me to join in the other day, man. I was trying in the
It's alright, but it doesn't prove anything. He's still going to be Christian. But the point I'm trying to say, look, every time a situation has happened, I've always tried to break up. For example, the reason why I was so urgent when it was caught on film that Arab brother called Gary a monkey. The reason why straight away, as soon as I heard about it and stuff, and I saw the footage and stuff, I got the brother to apologise to Gary is that, look, I've known the brother. Even Ian, who was just here, he knows the brother. He doesn't believe he's racist. I've known the brother. I don't know if he's racist. I can't look it up. But the point is, these videos are not just about this park. I know there's people. If I'm a black person, if I wasn't Muslim before, if I wasn't Muslim and I watched that program, watched that video, yeah, and you see the person call him clown and then monkey, obviously black people are not going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because at the end of the day, what he said, it sounds racist. So the whole thing is that there could be certain people out there, there could be certain roadmen out there could be certain black guys out there that see the video, see the guy, and he said, what? He called Gary a monkey. What? Do these people think they can just go around calling people monkey and nothing's gonna happen to them, and they could come down the park, yeah, and start a fight? Because I'm aware that there's other people. So what I did is, as soon as I could, yeah, by God's permission, I got the brother, I got Gary, and I squashed it, and I got him to apologise, because I know that there's black people watching it, and they're gonna be angry, and they're gonna be rightfully angry. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing, and that's why the thing, I got Jib's, Gabs, is it Gabs?
Yeah, Gabs.
I got Gabs, because I could see it in the youth, look, because what happens, yeah, look, we were in a park, yeah, we didn't even know about chemists before Sarah and everyone came down there. We were in this park, and we never talked about chemists whatsoever, because we didn't know, it wasn't, how can I say, it wasn't in discussion, it never came up because there was no chemists here. That doesn't mean we didn't know about black history. I'm talking about the actual people that practice the religion and what chemists believe. Yes, we know about African history and slavery, and the school system when they teach us about black people in school and stuff and that, it starts from slavery. It doesn't tell us about the kings and the queens and the empires we had, and that the richest man was Mansa Musa, a black man. Like, we knew black history and so forth, yeah? But as for the Kemet religion, we didn't know about that before anyone twists my words. It was the Kemets that came down to the park, and there's a video where Hamza, you know the white brother with the gingerbread? He was talking to a black girl who wanted to practice, an African Muslim girl. She wanted to practice her religion and she was unhappy, so she was asking her brother, can you give me some nasiha or advice of how to start practicing my deen, because I want to be a good Muslim and I'm not practicing. So he's talking, and then Sarah come around and she's saying, yeah, you're not with them. And she's saying, yeah, I am a Muslim. He goes, no, you're not Muslim, you're African or whatever. This, that. You can see the video. I think the video's called Sarah's Colours Exposed or something like that, yeah? And me as well. I used to, before all the cameras were here in Speaker's Corner, when Sarah was first to come in here, I would stand up and I would speak. Sometimes no one would listen, sometimes a big crowd would happen. Sarah used to come whenever a big crowd came, yeah, and then he would try to interject and basically get audience. And he did that week after, I got video footage of it, he did that week after week after week after week on week on week, until he got off as the famous disser of Islam and so forth. So the whole thing is that he came down, Kalam came down, yeah? And then basically they started attacking Islam. So obviously, when someone keeps on attacking your religion, obviously you're going to attack them back. And that's why certain people told people, stop talking to Sarah. Because I believe, yeah, this is what I truly believe, that Sarah was trying to use Islam to get famous, to build up his to build up an audience and so forth by dissing it and do controversial things to get a name for himself. And I believe Cam was doing it for money by having Muslims always on his show, but also taking shots at us and taking sly shots at us and stuff. Because you can't be a professional moderator of a platform and also do talks against Islam. You can't do both. You have to choose the one. So the whole thing, people said, listen, them guys are just trying to get famous off you and make money off you. Stop talking to them. And also, because the way Sarah just is so rude when he talks to us, don't do it, because you're going to be rude back to him and then it's going to escalate. And that's why I got Gabs, yeah, and I tried to squash it and I did the video. And then, like, Kalam came down on him and they all came down on him for me sad and say, look, you guys been coming to the park for 3 years. You don't talk about what you believe. Until this day, I don't know if you're atheist, if you believe in God, I don't know what your theology is. You just come to the park, smash Islam, smash Islam, smash Islam. We'll try to smash Islam because no one left Islam, as you can clearly see. Yeah? But you just come to the park for 3 years, trying to diss Islam, diss Islam, diss Islam, diss Islam. And it's not just about diss Islam, it's the way you did it. Because other people have been doing it for longer than you, 10 years, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's happened, and there was no problems. So the whole thing is that you came to the park and you started attacking our religion. So the Muslims, they reacted, yeah? But the whole thing is that at the end of the day, so like I said, nobody, no atheist, no Jew, no Christian, no Buddhist, no Sikh, ever in the 10 years that I've been here, have surrounded me like Sarah did, and come down with hoodie and gloves on and a man with a trench coat and so forth, yeah? And no one else, no atheist, no Buddhist, no Hebrew, no Sikh, no Mormon has said online, I'm coming down with the brothers, yeah? And I want to see you, and the brothers are coming down in a way like there's going to be a fight. So my thing is this, yeah? At the end of the day, everyone's got common sense, you know? That's all it is, everyone's got common sense. And yes, in theory, this is Speaker's Corner and there's freedom of speech. But I know if I came down here every week, yeah, and I started insulting, how can I say? For example, if I went up to certain people, whether it be Thai or, how can I say, there was wrestlers in the park, or certain people, like everyone you're dealing with, you get a vibe when you're talking of when you're pushing the barriers and so forth. And the whole thing is this: if Big Bro can come down the park for years and disagree with Islam strongly, yes, and criticize it strongly without holding back, and Ty can do it, and Gary can do it, and who else is there? And Gabs can do it, yeah, and even Kalam can do it, yeah. And they ain't got no death threats or none of this stuff, then maybe Sarah should speak to them and ask them what he's doing wrong, because they seem to all understand, you know. So the whole thing is that, look, I hope nothing happens to Sarah, you know. People know whenever it's kicked off, I've been in the middle trying to stop it, you know what I'm saying. Whenever there's been a fight between the Muslims and stuff, I've got in between, whether it's been Sarah, whether it's been Big. Well, I don't know if anything's happened with Big Bro, but anyone, if it's been a criminal Muslim, I've been in between trying to stop it. Even when there hasn't been fights, yeah, with like Gabs and Gary, when there's been beef, I tried to squash it, you know. I even done with Sarah again. I said to him, I'll tell our youths to hold it down, and you tell your youths to do it. And I said that at the end of Sarah, yeah, after we shake hands, he walks away. I said, Sarah, you're a role model to people, whether you like it or not. To the young chemists, yeah, you're a role model. And I said, if you carry on doing what you're doing and talking like you're talking, the young chemists are going to look up to you. And he says, you don't have to worry about our use. And I said, if there's a situation where the younger chemists who are not as old as us, who don't have as much patience as us, who are not following their religion or their way of life as much as us, if they start, the young Muslims and the young chemists start coming to the park and start dissing each other's religion, yeah, and mocking each other, it's going to get violent, you know, and I could feel it rising, you know. So the whole thing is, at the end of the day, it's like, you have the freedom to say whatever you want. Like, I can come here every week and cuss everyone's mother. I wouldn't do it because I don't think it's right. A BMP man has the right to come here and say nigger, nigger, nigger. I wouldn't advise him to do it. You have the freedom of speech, yeah? But you don't have the freedom of telling people how to react. And before you misconstrue my words, yes, I've had about 4 passionate debates with Sarah. Yeah, we're gonna get against each other. Like, for example, respect. I hope you're okay, respect, everything's fine. He said in a video that he did, and I have no problems with him. He said in a video that he was disheartened by what I said about the ancestors. God is my witness. Yeah, I wouldn't. And the only reason why I started talking about the chemists' ancestors and then putting out foods and stuff is because every week they were attacking my religion. So obviously, if you come every week to my week and you start talking about, you know what I'm saying, Prophet Muhammad and this, that, and the other stuff, what am I going to do? So, okay, thank you, boss. Thank you very much. Of course, when you attack people's religion, like and so forth, yeah, in a certain way, you can criticize it, yeah. But Sarah's an intelligent person. He knows what he's doing. The whole thing is, obviously, if you come in every week and say, oh, Muhammad and Aisha and whatever, well, I'm not ashamed to, no, I believe in it. Yeah, and that's why I said to him, if you really want to go into the thing about Muhammad and Aisha, we have this debate every week in the park with Christians, with atheists, and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Yeah, it's not a problem. If you want to say that Prophet Muhammad is a paedophile because of the age of Aisha, we believe in the natural world, in them times in the desert, that a man is known and a woman is known by puberty. That's what we believe in the natural world. Yeah, and if you want to say by that, because if a woman shows signs of womanness and a man shows signs of womanness, that it's wrong to get married. Yeah, if you want to say it's wrong, then you have to say the whole of Africa basically is then paedophile then. Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, people in Africa don't wait till 18, 19 and 21, yeah, and 35 to get married. In the natural world, the way you taught a man and a woman, yeah, is by the visual parents. That's it. It's very simple. But the whole point is, if you're going to go into certain things, yeah, about our religion, we're going to go into certain things of your thing. I never brought up the thing about ancestors, chemists talking to their ancestors and putting out food until Sarah was, you know, talking to the young Muslim youth, trying to get them to apostate. He was coming every week and, you know, obviously trying to disprove our religion. So then I said, look, but in your religion, you're saying you don't logically understand this. I don't logically understand you putting out food for so forth. So the whole thing is that at the end of the day is that, look, I've had like 4 or 5 passionate disagreements with Sarah. I totally went against him. He totally went against me. I didn't hit him. Yeah, for any of those that are trying to make out that I'm some violent fundamentalist and stuff. If I was a violent fundamentalist, when him and the guys approached me, yeah, when they all approached us and I knew I was outnumbered, I would have just grabbed one person and banged the hell out of them because we were outnumbered. If I was really this violent person. But even when people were surrounding us, we didn't kick out. Yeah? Whenever there's been a fight, I've tried to stop it because I knew that this stuff was coming. So the whole thing is that at the end of the day is that I can say what I want, you can say what you want. I'm free to offend people, you're free to offend people. I will choose not to offend people and still disagree with their religion. You can choose to carry on offending people and not care. But I would just say to you, Sarah, every step of the way, I've tried to tell you, say to you, you know, let's keep it down. Let's be civil with each other. Let's keep it cordial. But you're a free man, I'm a free man, you know. But I know a person, as someone who became Muslim in jail and stuff like that, I know that the reality is that I'm a human being, no matter how big a person is or whatever, this and that. And I know if you just constantly keep on ticking people off everywhere, the world becomes pretty small, yeah, and so forth. So I would just say to Sarah, and And you got to understand, yeah, as well. For me, it's hard because that foot. Obviously, everyone's seen the footage of you surround us. Everyone's seen the video of you saying the brothers are coming down, yeah, and I want to see you. And you repeated it twice, yeah. There's many times I'm just minding my own business, walking around, and different Muslims come up to me, young Muslims who love Islam, but they might, because of this environment and this country, they're not practicing. They may be selling drugs, they may be just be on road, they may be like smoking and drinking and just hanging around in a group of boys, like most boys do, yeah? These people are seeing you come down to the park in hoodies, and they're seeing you come down with your gloves, yeah? And they're seeing you come down for Holy Man. They're seeing you online saying the brothers are coming down, and so forth. And they believe what you're saying, yeah, and they watch these videos and they believe what you're saying. So they believe you're going to attack people. They believe that you're going to try and do man something. So the whole thing is that and I'm constantly saying to them, leave it, this is not the way, you know? This is not the way. And I'm talking to them and telling them, have patience. You know what I'm saying? You know the Prophet got insulted more than this and he never did anything to and I'm trying to reason them. But you know what? It's very hard for me to be enthusiastic about dissuading people, yeah, and calming people down and talking to them when you're saying, I'm not gonna change, I'm just gonna be blatant, I'm gonna go on just go on as much as I want. Because we're having to tell people, oh, brothers, just have sabr, have patience, you know what I'm saying? Ignore him, you know what I'm saying? Speaker's corner, it's not like that, it's this, that and the other. And you're just, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and you're going on these channels and saying this, that and the other. Look at it and say,
So what you're saying, have you heard about the stab threat yourself personally?
not that stuff, Fred, no, but I've met people who I don't know, just normal young Muslims that are boys, yeah? Is that, like, said, why Sarah always, like, why is he dissing a Muslim? Why did he try to attack you? Well, like, what, like, are you okay in the park? You see what I'm saying?
So you're getting from that, like, they're saying, if you want man to do something.
No, obviously, no, that's, what they do, they're telling me, they see the video of, like, what I'm saying, people surround us, and they see...
It's like you're under attack, basically.
Yeah, because they think, look, they're thinking that we're practicing brothers in the park, yeah, and he's a roadman, yeah, and the way he's going on is like he wants to do us something cool. It just looks negative. Look, like I said to Gabs, yeah, how can it be that you come to the park for 3 years, yeah, 3 years, and they only and they never talked about what chem is. Never did they talk about what chem is. Always in the pocket was Islam, Islam, Islam. Until remember over there, I said to them, look, up until this day, I don't even know what you guys believe. All I know is that you hate Islam. All I've heard from you is Islam is rubbish, Islam is rubbish, Islam is rubbish. And then for the first time, they did a video called the Kemetic Creed. And they actually, after 3 years, they started talking about what they believe, and they only did that because I said to them, listen, it's making you look bad. We was in this park for years. We've been Muslims have been in this park for centuries, yeah? And you know what I'm saying? There hasn't been an issue. It's the chemists that came down and kept on dissing and dissing and dissing. And think about it. If we're really local, crazy, violent, inhumane, heartless criminals, yeah? I think, yeah, by a lot shorter than 3 years, yeah, someone would have got hurt. Think about it. If we're really mindless, evil, heartless, you know, blowing ourselves up, stabbing people when wrong, how come it's only now? They've been doing this. Gary said he's been coming for 4 years. I mean, Sarah's been here for about 3 or 4 years, and his theme has been the same: Islam is rubbish, Islam is rubbish, Islam is rubbish, and so forth. But anyway, all I would just say is that at the end of the day, look, our Prophet told us, yeah, that the strongest man is not the biggest man that can wrestle someone to the ground, but he's the one who can keep his patience, yeah, when someone has wronged him. Meaning that the strongest Muslim, yeah, is not the biggest person. He's the one that when he's been wronged and he has the right to respond, yeah, he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, the Prophet said, if you get angry, yeah, that basically you should say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. You seek refuge from the shaitan, and you should lie down. If not lie down, then sit down. Like our religion has so many things about being patient, you know, and being disciplined. That's why we fast during Ramadan, you know, from sunrise to sunset. Islam is a religion of discipline. You see what I'm saying? You know? So what I would say to us, look, me, I've heard the worst of you can say about Aisha, polygamy, the worst you can say Islam. I still believe in Islam. I didn't become Muslim because of these things. I became Muslim because of Tawheed, believing in that there's one God. That there's one God. He doesn't get hungry, he doesn't get tired, he doesn't get thirsty, he doesn't become a man, he doesn't become a statue, he doesn't become an animal. These are the reasons why so many people are becoming Muslim. Yeah, and my religion tells me to be patient and to, you know, keep calm. But the whole thing is that not everyone that's watching these videos are practicing Muslims. I don't know if you know, but non-Muslims are stopping me wherever I go. These videos are going outside now. You know what I'm saying, and so forth. So
So when you heard about the Sarah talk about the stab threat, to you it was just another. It's like I've heard of so many of them things.
No,
already.
people don't come up to me and say they can stab Sarah. That stab. They didn't say stab.
They don't specify what they want to
They
do.
don't do, but they just say,
They want to do something.
They just say they want to do something because, yeah, and so forth. And I tried to talk them out of it, but I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked because I've been telling him, I've been saying it to him, whatever. But he must have just thought I was just talking. He must be just, maybe he wasn't even listening to what I was saying. But like I said, he's a grown man, you know.
Sorry to cut you down.
Yeah, it's cool.
The reason why I said that is because there's some people, obviously I said it in the video as well, there's going to be certain people that no matter what you say, no matter what evidence you produce, they're going to think that you're just making it up in it for fame or rare.
Yeah.
So obviously there's some people that are saying that like Sarah's making the whole thing up, there's been a stab threat against him.
I don't think he's made it up.
That's why I wanted to get how serious you take the thing.
I don't
don't
believe he made it up. One, because for him to make up the whole thing about the police, yeah, and think people are not going to check it, because everyone's got haters. I got haters, yeah. Like if you're lying, you're going to get caught out. So I don't think is he going to make up a lie about the phone call? Who did he have on the phone to do that? I don't believe it. I believe that I believe basically what he's been saying, especially on Titans TV and stuff like that. I can understand that. I don't agree with it, yeah. Because even after everything I've said, yes, and even after every time there's been a fight, yeah, I've tried to stop it and Sarah getting beat up or say, even after everything I've done, when Sarah approached me, I didn't fight him. When other people trying to fight Sarah, I got in between him, yeah. Whenever there's been a fight between a Kemet and someone else, I've tried to stop it. But people are still going to say at the moment, oh, you're just a violent, extremist, emotional Muslim. The point I'm trying to say is that yeah, I can believe that could happen because of what he said. Sarah said he was going to come down with people, yeah, and that he was going to do something. That's what he clearly said. So I can understand people taking him seriously and you know, believing him.
So you're saying basically just trying to give him advice to stop things like this happening again?
I would say I don't want someone to get hurt. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want someone else putting a knife into another human being. I don't want to be coming to this park and everyone that's, you know, non-Muslims coming to this park looking over their backs, Muslims looking over their backs, people getting bottled, people getting stabbed, people maybe even getting shot. That's not what this place is for. It's not what the place is for. Me as a human being, you know what I'm saying? I became Muslim in jail, yeah? After my second time in jail. I'm away from that. I ain't come to Speaker's Corner to fight anyone. But the whole thing is at the end of the day is that, like I said, everyone's got to be responsible. Big Bro can criticize Islam strongly. He does every week. Every week Gary's coming here with his pad. He's criticizing Islam every week, inside out. He disagrees with it. He laughs at certain hadiths and certain verses of Quran. Ty passionately, aggressively talks about the religion and stuff like that. None of them have got this issue. Maybe it's because none of them have come down here in a hoodie and in gloves on with a bunch of people surrounding us, you know, and so forth. Maybe it's because he hasn't said online he's going to be coming down with the brothers, you know, and he wants to see certain Muslims. You know what I'm saying? What you got to understand is, like, when you're speaking, people are not underestimating. If you're saying you're coming down the park with brothers, people are going to believe you. That's why the week after, this place was packed with Muslims. Because they thought you were coming down to rush the Muslims that were here. So the whole thing is that your speech has consequences. Yes, in theory, this is Speaker's Corner and you can say whatever you want. You can come down here and say, your mum is a slut, your mum is a slut, your mum is a slut. I wouldn't say it. Because even though I got free speech, I know that my words have power. An NF man can come down here and say nigger, 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 nigger. I wouldn't advise him to say it. Because if he says it, his words, they have effects on people's hearts. So the whole thing is that what Sarah needs to do, he needs to speak to the many other non-Muslims that come down here every week. Yeah? Big Bro, Ty, Gary, and ask them, what is it? What is it? You know? And as I said, there's a difference. Islam is the rule and order. Yes? We're supposed to follow it, yeah? And we're supposed to follow the Prophet, yeah? And we're supposed to be patient. And when people insult us, have patience and ignore it and so forth and that. And most of the times that happens when we're up here, yeah? But not everyone that is watching these videos or is coming to the park now is a practicing Muslim, you know? So the whole thing is, at the end of the day, just use your common sense. That's all I would say. I hope that Sarah, nothing happens to him. I hope the brother that was gonna do the thing to Sarah doesn't do it, because all that's gonna happen, you're gonna end up going to jail, and your life is done. And the whole thing is at the end of the day, I don't want any other human being to be hurt. Kemet, atheist, Sikh, Muslim, or that. I don't want a knife to go into another human being. You know what I'm saying? And I hope Sarah doesn't want the same. And I just say, look, Sarah, just use your common sense. That's all I would say. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Done. No problem.
He's saying hard work.
I don't know what the issue